Hey everybody, we got a special treat here. Now, this is something we don't see very often. It's a Weird Fantasy number 15. It is from 1952, pre-code from EC Comics. Now, you notice it's in the older style label, which is something I suggest you go look for, because that was before pressing and anything else was actually gone mainstream. And this is a great candidate for some cleaning in the back. And we'll wipe it down front. We're not going to do a whole lot to it. It's already graded at a very fine 8. But we are going to take it out of the slab today. So let me tell you a little bit about the book. You know, Weird Fantasy number 15 from EC Comics came out in 1952. It's notable for one of the more prominent comics in the early 1950s. You know, EC Comics, they were at the forefront of cutting, well, edgy material, I should say. You know, while the specific plot details, Weird Fantasy 15 might not be readily available, but this issue likely contained a lot of short stories. It was typical of EC Comics anthologies. These stories would have showcased a mix of alien encounters, futuristic technology, and some more philosophical quandaries, often with a twist ending. They're known for their high-quality writing and artwork, with the contributions from some of the most talented creators of the time. We have Ray Bradbury and many of the others. Frank Rosetta was an artist, not in this particular book, but you know, Joe Orlando did the art on this one. But you know, the sister titles to this, you have Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. All of them led to the establishment of the Comic Code Authority. So anyway, this is a sought-after book here. I was very happy to catch it in a very high grade already, and as a special treat, having it in this old style. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our very fancy, expensive CGC case opening device, my handy snap-on screwdriver. So let me go ahead and get started. These are very easy cases to open, sadly. So what we're going to do is, I'll show you, we're just going to simply split it right here. And get this on camera. I'm going to take the tip of the screwdriver and stick it right there and just work it right up, and there's the crack. Bang! Over to the other side. Same deal. I'll separate it with my fingers. And we'll just walk the screwdriver tip in here until we hear that pop. And that's it. That is it. So now you have the comic book out of its case. So we'll put that inside. That goes in the recycling bin. And now we're left with the inner well. Now what we want to do is we want to save this this tag here at the top, because when we send this back in to CGC to get it reslabbed, we want to always send in your old tags. It's very, very important, because we want to remove this from the census. The CGC census basically contains all of our graded comic books. So as a personal favor, public service announcement, we're going to do that. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to very carefully slice this open with a scalpel. And it looks like I need to pause right now for a moment, and I'll come back because I don't have the scalpel with me. Stand by. Okay, well, it appears my scalpel went on vacation, so I have our straight edge here. We'll go ahead and use that. Now, on these inner wells, the back side is the recessed side. Let me see, you can see that on the camera right here. Now, what we're going to do is just cut along this top edge down one side, very carefully, I might add. So instead of my scalpel, I went ahead and selected a nice razor blade out of my collection. And we're going to start down the side. And of course, we do not want to puncture anything or slip or do anything like that. It's fairly straightforward. So that was very simple. That was a singular cut. Let's do the top here. Let's go ahead and drop those, make sure. There we go. I'll hold this nice and steady. And I'm not cutting along the ruler. I'm using it just as a safety device because, you know, I'm piercing everything, and then if I slip, it'll hit the ruler and not the book or my hand. Okay. So the top's open. Let's see, make sure I broke the side. Now it looks like I got a few left on this side. This book looks like a really great candidate. I see a couple of creases on the back cover that were, well, clearly not addressed, you know, back in the day. So, okay, there we have it. So there it is. I'll pop this out of the well here. And there we are. All right, what a beautiful book. It's got great cover gloss. There's like a fingernail ding. There's a curled corner here. These are all things. I got a little bit of a spine roll, some ticks. You know, and normally you don't want to be excited about these things, but wow, I think this is great. So I'm looking here, and I see, you know, the back's dirty. Let me get a pad and see if we can wipe and see if we can pull up any dirt off of this and see what it looks like. All right. So we have some makeup pads here. Let's go ahead and see if anything comes up off of this. I suspect it might, because this was just not something that was done back when these old labels were put on here. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's some dirt there. Let's take and do this cover. What a gorgeous book. Very happy with this. This is going to be a very simple clean. All we're going to do is do a dry clean on it, humidify it, press it, so we can get some of the ticks out. Yeah, there's some dirt in there. You may not be able to see this. See if I hold this up to the camera for you. It's hard to see with all the light I have going on here. I've got studio lights on. I'm sorry, that's for both of our benefit to see these books. So, okay, let's take a look at the inside of the book. So we'll take, this is a common piece of paper that CGC would put in there. They still do that today. So the pages are tanned. Got an advertisement inside here for Mad Number 1, which is also something of major importance. Yeah, the colors look great. The pages are very, very light tan. If they had this book been in worse shape, I would have definitely done our normal treatment of, you know, taking all the pieces apart and do a full clean and light treatment in the box. But I just don't see the need for that for this book. It's beautiful. So let's go just do some simple cleaning, then we'll send it in for a clean and press, and then we'll come back and I'll have the results for you, well, I'd like to say in a couple of, in a month or so, but as you know, this is YouTube. I'll have it back here in short order. Okay, so I've taken liberty of doing a little bit of pre-experiments on this for cleaning to see what works. And in this particular case, we're going to do a document eraser. I get these from Lineco. They're filled with the white rubber eraser filling, which is basically like this, but it's shredded. So what we can do is we just run it on here, and this cleans everything. It's nice and gentle. This is what they use for, you know, really important document cleaning at the museums and things like that. And you notice I have a backer board in here. So I put that down just to protect the book and the edges, because we don't want to, really ruin any edges here. So we're just doing this very lightly, nice and gentle. Especially on the edges, we're going to be very careful. We don't want to curl anything. And I've got a nice horsehair brush. We'll brush everything away. We'll lift this edge a little bit. Get that out. Now what I'm going to do is go more inwards towards the spine of the book. And we don't want to press down too hard. This is... There's a little dirt here, and we're just working this top side first. I have it pressed up against staples. This is going to get humidified, but we want to get rid of as much of this excess filth. You notice how I'm just very gentle. I mean, the book is staying shiny. I'm just taking off the surface dirt. There we go. This is looking great. Brush this away. Yeah, so this dirt came right off, very gentle. I'll move down here. We'll get the rest. And we always try to rub away from the edges. That way we don't take the chance of curling. So I'm using a pushing motion, lifting as I get towards the end. When I'm working in here, this is just a circular motion. I'm not worried about catching an edge. But wow, this dirt's coming right off. I'm really happy about this. So I'll rotate this one more time. I'll take this backer board and slide it out again. Then I'm just going to work up this edge. And I would say that after this, it's pretty much ready for the humidity tank. So all this excess surface dirt has been removed. Let me get a clean pad here, and we're just going to run it across. I know in the lighting this is hard for you to see. I still have all the gloss back in the back cover. There's no dirt there coming off. So we're going to flip this over one more time. And we'll do the same treatment on the front of the cover. We're going to lighten this up as best we can. We're going to protect all of the edges. There. And as you notice, everything is staying nice and shiny. And we're not cutting through any of the sizing of this book. And this is one of my go-to tools for dry cleaning. I try to use the same thing that professional document restorers use. That's why I shop at Lineco. Don't worry, they're not sponsored here. I am not a money-making YouTube channel. I am providing an education to all of you. At least I hope I am. All right, so let's brush this away. And this is for extremes. When there's like a substance on here, which there's not. So this is going very well. Bring this back down. And once this is all done with all the erasers, because I want to make sure I get all of these eraser filings off the book. And we don't want to press them with the book. So this is going to get a full clean rub down. I like to use a Swifter. The Swifter pads are awesome. They're fairly non-abrasive, but enough. I use them to actually shine the book and polish it. It works out really well. So again, this is working great. Let me scoot this out a little bit so we can rub along this edge without curling it or catching anything. Now always put your finger down to protect all the tender areas. So I'm going to pull this towards me. And don't worry, I know there's filings on the inside of the cover. I am very much aware, and we're going to clean all of that out here in a minute. Okay, so I brush this off. Okay, this looks great. All right, so I'm really happy with the way this looks. I don't know if it's going to get a grade bump or not. I'd like to hope we can take it from an 8 to an 8.5. That would be awesome. Again, this is a beautiful book. All right, that's about it for now. I'm going to go ahead and shine this a little bit. It's going to go in the humidity tank and then into the heat press. And I guess I'll be back with you when it's back from CGC. Take care for now.